When you're young at heart and bago sa'yo lahat ng mga bagay na yan, parang hype na hype ka, palong-palo ka sa lahat. Parang inom tayo, pre!
I know, man!
Pre! Yosi tayo.
What is going on, Solids?
That was solid.
This is Luke motherfucking Forrest. Boom!
Man, that was a solid night.
What's up, Solids? Welcome to another podcast episode of the Solidios Podcast.
Only here on the Solid Nights channel.
With your host,
TL, as always.
Daddy Javi.
And Jack.
And today, we will have an episode about our college stories. Shit! Cinco. Okay? So, everyone's in college. You just recently graduated. Congratulations.
Congratulations, bro. I'm really
Congratulations.
proud of you, man.
By the way, Jack is my brother. And he is one of the products of those who weren't able to have a graduation ceremony because of the quarantine.
Yeah.
And how does that feel?
I mean, it's okay. I never really wanted to march on the grandstand, to be honest. I always wanted to be my graduation to be low-key. I don't really plan to use my diploma. I just wanted it to like show it off to my parents, so...
Pero wala na sila
Yeah,
masabi.
pero wala na silang masabi.
Ikaw, bro, mag-online class ka. How do you feel about online classes?
Honestly, I see it as an advantage. There are subjects na uulitin ko. And of course, ayoko rin mag-overload. Kasi the fact na you have to commute all the way to Manila, galing QC pa, and then you have to go back, tas all that traffic. So gusto mo na maaga mo eh. Diba? But now with the online classes kasi, pwede ka na mag-overload.
It's there na.
Okay lang kasi you're in the comfort of your own home, computer chair mo, yun na yun. Aircon ka lang, pambahay ka lang. So I really don't mind. I'm pretty excited to see like
How it goes.
paano yung dynamic.
How it goes. But personally, how do you think of online classes? What does it mean to you? Because me, I think it doesn't really actually...
It's not as enriching as actual classes.
It won't actually capture the classes. Yeah, because with the quarantine, I was in the middle of the term. So professors had to continue via online classes. We tried it and it's not really a good learning environment in my opinion. It's because, for example, when the professor asks you to mute, wala. Tatayo ka, kukuha ka ng tinapay, aakyat ka muna saglit, lalawin mo yung mga aso mo. Tapos pag sinigaw ng professor yung pangalan mo, yes sir, andito po ako. Kumbaga yung focus mo, wala dun eh. You're not in the zone eh.
Lalo na ako, I mean, yung PC, I can game in that shit, right? So meaning I can just simply mute my mic, alt tab to the game, I'm just playing. Diba? Madidistract lang din ako.
Exactly.
Pero kasi, you know, it's timely din eh. Kasi syempre we have the whole pandemic, we're just trying to be safe. Walang choice, and all the students need to learn, all the students, alam mo yun, kailangan na nila magtapos kasi anong page na, di ba?
It actually makes sense, you know, just like to get the flow chart over. Just have to do it, right? As for me, the only thing left in my flowchart is OJT. So wala, tenga talaga ako. OJT na lang. And I don't want to take OJT online kasi ano matututunan mo dun, di ba?
Basically, all of us here are still college students.
Yeah.
Except for me, I just graduated. And we're in that age gap. We won't say our specific age.
Let's talk about culture shock. Culture shock is when you are thrown into a new environment. Syempre galing kang high school na pamilya kayo dun, sobrang close ng bond mo, pero once you get out there in the ocean, wala ka nang kilala, di ba? So parang, kayo, what was your experience when you guys like first got to?
I had two culture shocks actually.
Okay.
The first in my first college, which was in Siliman, and the second was in FEU. Siliman is kind of like the UP of Visayas.
Okay.
It's like a go-to university for people who live in Visayas.
Yeah.
So I had classmates who were from Bacolod, from Davao, from Manila. I knew someone from Batanes. Not just that, international students too. The dorm that I was staying at was an international dorm, and 80% of all the dorm mates that I had were Americans. It was fun. The dormitory life was fun. Getting to know Americans and their culture, what they're like, their way of thinking, their thought process as a person of their ethnicity was very interesting for me. And the same thing goes with FEU, I guess.
Okay.
Their thought process was so different too. I wasn't really, it's not that I'm a homophobe, but I wasn't exposed to a lot of gay people in FEU, but I came to love them so much because they are very, very passionate. They're very, very driven people that they have so much, they feel that they have so much to prove because a lot of people look down on them, but that's not actually the case. They're people too. So that's how I came to be open to having gay friends, and not just gay friends, lesbian friends as well. And you know, it was a culture shock for me at first because I had that stigma that gay people were like this or like that. You know, what people, especially boomers, what they say about. So I could say that in my opinion.
Oh guys, by the way, we do have our first live audience guest. Please show it on camera, Mr. Jasper Franco. He's our first live audience.
Say hello.
Come on, we're gonna do a cameo.
First cameo.
First live audience
on the Solidio's podcast. We are glad to have you here tonight. Okay.
And by the way, no one is acknowledging how hot it is, and I'm wearing my uniform. Anyways,
we've proven our point.
Yeah, we've proven our point.
Yeah, we're
just I'm sweating like a dog, bro.
Thank you for bringing it up, bro.
And I just want to take this off because it's really hot.
So anyway, going back to the topic at hand, my experience with culture shock is also really different for when I went to UST and when I transferred to CSD. I wasn't really used to like the complacent type of education. Like, in college talaga, hayahan ka lang ng mga professors mo, bahala ka pumasok sa klase mo, gusto mo. Unlike in high school na talagang, they will give you a helping hand to pass. Talagang, oh iho, you're lacking on something, ito will help you. Hindi, sa college, hindi, babagsak ka. I'm sorry, pero ganun talaga.
You can only help yourself.
Yes. Also, the lessons I had in high school, bro, like literal, lahat ng tinuro sa akin sa math, buong high school, tinuro sa isang oras pagdating ko ng college. So talagang ako nagulat talaga ako na, oh my gosh, ba't ganito ang hirap?
Paano yung gulat?
Kasi it was really difficult for me. Like, bro, like, the classes I had in first year college in UST, bro, sobrang sakit sa ulo talaga. And iba naman yung naging culture shock ko pagdating ko naman sa CSB because like, these people, bro, grabe sila mag-party. It was really crazy. Jazz knows that. My man knows that. The type of inuman we had in UST was really chill. It was really chill. Like, everyone sat down in the bar, kwentuhan, video, okay? Walang wild na nangyayari. Compared sa nung nag-taft ako, bro, kahit anong bar, kahit yung setting ng bar, chill, walwalan yan. Culture shock ako dun. Sobrang nag-culture shock talaga ako dun. How about you, bro?
Ano ba? Kasi in my high school, Jasams, dun talaga, like, kami, learn by doing kami. It's not the typical spoon feed, hindi. So when I got to UE, I'll be honest, medyo petiks.
Petiks? Oo.
Medyo petiks, so I was like,
kabaliktaran niya ng akin
yeah, so I was like, okay.
How so? Paano naging petiks?
Kasi,
it was too easy.
No, it's not that.
It was like high school?
It was like high school mismo.
I see.
Wala. Yung vibe ng mga tao, it's like they haven't grown up yet. Like parang lahat tama.
Everyone's still stuck up in high school.
Yeah, dude.
I feel the same way. But when you learn to get to know the people and actually ask them about their dreams and aspirations, some are affluent, some are not. But then the drive is the same, to be honest. And they have they have different outlooks on life. And you know, I've always taken an interest to getting to know people kahit saan ka pang lupalop ng Pilipinas galing. And you know, I enjoyed it, bro, because I learned from different perspectives.
Tama.
And
That's how you gain wisdom,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how you gain wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro, let's go.
Let's get to the topic.
Let's go back to the topic at hand. We will be discussing our journeys as college students. You go first.
At first, I was treating, kasi nga, di ba, nakuha ko yung high school vibe, kumbaga, from my first impression. So I treated it like high school. Hindi ako nag-aaral for tests or anything. Like, kasi akala ko, like, you know, I can just pass it easy peasy or pwede makiusap sa prof. And I found out the hard way. Yun.
Shed 5.
Hindi naman. Tres. Na-tres ko pa naman. Pero ano.
Hanging by a thread.
Oh, so ayun. It was also difficult for me because apparently I'm not super familiar with their culture. I don't know how to call it, basta like our heads just don't sync. You know, let's just keep it at that. I'm on a different level, they're on a different level. I think differently, they think differently. So it was tough for me to actually make friends. There were some here and there, diba? Pero like yung parang alam mo yun, yung like us, diba?
Yeah.
Nah, I couldn't find that up until now.
With your college friends?
Yeah, I mean with my college friends naman, hindi. Sinabi ko nga, there were some, diba? Sila lang yun, like some, I'm like, diba? Eh, hindi siya yung parang group family.
Well,
Gets mo ba?
ganun naman yun pare. You
Yeah.
have to keep your circle small and your beer cold. Actually, I do have a really long college journey, but I'll try to keep it as short as I can. Para mas madali para kay Josh. I actually started college when I was in UST. That was the year 2014. Okay? So, other than the culture shock, it was really a shock for me that, oh my lord, why is my lesson so difficult? I was not used to that setting. I was not used to that level of difficulty for academics. Because for one, I was really a good student back in high school and I found myself being the most stupid guy in the classroom. I really didn't make a lot of friends in UST. Bakit? They were not my crowd. Or at least the people I was with. I ended up not finding myself. Like, I don't know why I'm here, I don't know what I did, basta I failed UST by just a really small bit. And they kicked me out. Just for like, what? A fraction of a decimal. They kicked me out for a fraction of a decimal. But that's okay, because that was when I realized maybe this is not for me. Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I am not meant for pre-med. So that's why I transferred to CSB. And with CSB, that's where I found my crowd. That's where I found my friends. And I knew I belonged to CSB. That's where I met, you know, a lot of friends that I still hold dear to me. Like Jazz, one of the live audience members. He was one of those friends that really stuck with me. And also with the journey, actually, dealing with stress is actually very important, guys. You should really deal with stress properly.
Oh, otherwise you're gonna break down.
Yeah, you will. I
Papakita
swear
kayo.
you will. Lalo na pagdating ng thesis, naku po, talaga. Naku po talaga. Ang thesis, masakit sa ulo yan. No matter how smart you think you are, thesis will fuck you up. Thesis will fuck you up no matter how smart you are.
Chill.
Guys, take note, alright?
It's not that we're scaring you or anything, but it's true.
Yeah, you
It's
guys
true.
have to get ready for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can
I'm yet to
Mentally and physically.
Yeah,
So you have to get ready for it
listen.
mentally and physically.
Yeah, listen to this advice. You can be complacent all your college life, but thesis will fuck you up in the ass. Alright?
And there's a lot of bleeps.
Yes. Josh? Another thing you really have to deal with is deadlines, professors, also, you know, being late for class. So that's part of the journey of being a college student.
Ikaw, Jan, what is your journey?
It was a roller coaster ride. I was a dean's lister for 2 semesters actually, and
Smarty pants.
on the second year, I started flunking all my subjects because I never had a drop of alcohol nor a hit of a cigarette in high school. Not once. I did that all in college. So it was all new to me.
Yeah.
And you know, alam mo yun, when you're young at heart and bago sa'yo lahat ng mga bagay na yan, parang hype na hype ka, palong-palo ka sa lahat. Parang inom tayo, pre!
I know, man.
Pre! Yosi tayo. I was speaking in Bisaya to all of them because everyone is, I learned Bisaya there. It is very interesting dialect. And yeah, basically I traveled a lot since Visayas was near everywhere. I traveled to Davao, I traveled to Siargao, I traveled to Cebu, mostly Cebu because Cebu was only 6 hours away pag nakasakay ka na Roro. So I went to Sinulog festivals, I went to my friends' places in Cebu.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun during my Dumaguete days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I would say that was the most adrenaline I've had.
Ever.
Yeah, ever. Ever.
I've learned some lessons also.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Like,
definitely.
With me, I learned that, you know, you can't please everyone.
Yeah,
You can't please everyone.
For
and,
sure, yeah.
Minsan, no matter how hard you try, wala eh.
People who really look down on you,
Yeah.
no matter what you do, even if regardless you get on top, they will still see you as this like sorry ass loser.
Yeah.
No matter
people-
what you do, regardless.
It's part of life that people will shit on you.
Yeah, yeah.
People will hate on you, but then again, they have no jurisdiction over your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Only you have
exactly,
jurisdiction
yeah.
over your life, and when you live your life to the
Completely
fullest,
agree.
and you know, take all that negativity away, just
Yeah.
put in all the positive thoughts, everything, good vibes, spread mo na yung good vibes. Man, everyone will
totally
admire you eventually.
Yeah.
When you learn how to deal with the bullshit, that's when people will start to admire you, become your friend, and actually be interested
Yeah.
in being part of your life.
And that actually takes a huge level of maturity
Yes, of
from
course.
a person
Does.
to actually realize that.
Yes,
Does.
yes.
Because you
And
actually don't see that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
don't see
You don't,
that.
you don't.
Yeah.
And you have to go through a lot of hardships along the way. But then it's another thing to go through hardships, and it's another thing to be resilient. When pag ang prof mo binagsak ka sa quiz, hindi, bawi ka sa exam.
Bawi, oo.
Exactly.
Don't never have the can't do attitude.
Yes,
Kailangan
of
lagi
course.
kang can do. Can do tayo, can do. Remember guys, iron sharpens iron. Diamonds are made from diamonds.
Diamonds
Always
are-
remember that. Even in college, it is really important to know that. You need to find your worth. You need to find your identity. Like for example, Itiel, he knows that he wants to be this person. I know that I want to be this person. My brother knows that he wants to be this person because college gives you a good sense of where you want to be. And if you can't find that, that's okay. I wasted 2 years in pre-med. He wasted 2 years in pre-med.
Yep.
Did that stop us? Did that ever stop us? No.
And I'm 7 years in college in total.
Yeah, I was 6.
But I don't regret every single second of it.
Exactly, yeah, because
I don't regret
you
every
learn.
second.
You learn from those
Yeah,
regrets.
exactly.
Actually, no, you learn from those mistakes. Thinking about it right now, it actually gives you an advantage.
Yeah, it
It
does.
actually gives you an
In life.
advantage.
In
Yeah,
life.
in
Yeah.
life.
Magagamit mo lahat yun eh.
Yeah.
Lahat ng natutunan mo, it helps you grow it.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Because if you fail hard, you learn hard.
Yeah.
And if you learn hard, you be better. You be a better person
Preach.
from the
Preach.
mistakes you do. So that's why you should make as much mistakes as you can.
Definitely make all the mistakes that you want to make.
Yeah,
Do all the things that you've never done.
but you have to learn from them.
Yes.
Don't do those mistakes again. Or else you'll just find yourself in this endless pit where you try to pull yourself up, but nada.
You're actually digging your grave deeper.
And you're actually doing your business. So you guys need to learn from your mistakes. So that was my college journey. That was everyone's college journey. Now guys, we are going to present to you 10 tips to survive college. Tip number 1. Always and always keep your eyes on the prize. And your ultimate goal in college is to graduate. I don't care. You can learn a lot of stuff from college, but
we all
the
know that.
ultimate goal is to leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can have some drinks with some friends on the side, but you make sure to pass your subjects. Drink until you're hungover the next morning, but make sure to go into class.
Which rolls me on to number 2. The second tip is you know what to prioritize. You guys really know what to do first. Like, aya si tropa uminom pero may quiz ka bukas, please pakiusap, mag-aral ka. Or at least mag-aral ka bago ka uminom, or pagkatapos mo uminom, mag-aral ka, pero imposible yun. Hindi mangyayari yun. Guys, you really need to know what to put first. Okay? College can be fun. College can be really, really fun. But also, college can be a really big burden if you don't know what your priorities are.
Third tip, very important, manage your finances.
Yes!
Pag binigyan ka ng baon ni mommy or ni daddy, tipirin mo naman. Hindi yung gagastos mo siya sa inom, tas ang ititira mo na lang, yung pang jeep mo pa uwi. Huwag naman tayong ganun. As much as possible, as a college student, kasi madadala mo yan hanggang sa graduate ka na. Keep on saving. It's very important to save your money. Kahit sabihin natin, may baon kang 250. If you can save the 20 pesos or 50 pesos if you can, why not? Do it. Kasi eventually, lalaki at lalaki yung earnings mo. Huwag mong gastusin.
Exactly.
And you know, it's a good habit to save. So as a college student, at least tinitrain mo na sarili mo na pag may sweldo ka na in the future, mapaprioritize mo na yung bills mo, mapaprioritize mo na yung insurance, bayad sa kotse, bayad sa gas, bayad sa pagkain, groceries,
rent.
Madadala mo yan actually. So it's very important to manage your finances.
Hanap ka lang lagi ng cheaper options, pare.
As long as it still works.
Yeah, for example, you can't afford Chicken Joy. Then go for Mini Stop.
Cheaper version. Or Dokito.
Guys, believe me, there is always a cheaper option. Believe me, there is always a cheaper option. You just have to find it. Okay?
Or better yet, magbaon ka.
Yeah, magbaon ka. Yeah, exactly. Yun talaga.
There's no shame in baon.
There's no shame in baon.
Hashtag stop shaming baon.
Stop shaming baon.
Number 4, our 4th tip is choose your friends. Very important. Very, very important. You have to know which crowd you'll fit in. You have to know which crowd you want to learn from. If me, for example, I usually go with musicians because I'm a musician myself. And besides that, I always find myself going to the honor students because I make friends with them, and like, you know, I have like reminders on my phone like, "Oy bro, may exam bukas. Nag-aaral ka na ba?" Oh bro, mag-aaral ako.
You have to weigh those people into advantage.
Take them into advantage. And then along the side, pwede ka uminom with your friends. Uminom with your friends, with the people that you actually hang out with. Hindi naman, I'm not promoting being plastic kasi ayoko ng ganun. You have to actually be friends with them.
Exactly.
I mean, to your advantage din, pero huwag ka din magiging mediocre, diba?
And now moving on to tip number 5, which is managing your time. I'll be honest, I don't know why I'm talking about this because I'm really bad at this. But basically, guys, this is something I'm learning right now, and I want to share to you guys. When it comes to managing your time, guys, we gotta be honest. Nagta-transition na tayo into adulthood eh. So we really gotta start prioritizing our work. We're no longer kids where we can just play anytime we want, any time of the day. It doesn't work like that anymore.
You guys need to learn to say no.
Yes,
you guys
very important.
Say no. Because for example, you know, may inuman tropa, but you have classes the next day. You have to learn to say no.
Andyan lagi yung temptation. Lagi may demonyong bumubulong sa tenga mo. Chang, you know.
Temptation will always come in the grandest of ways. Okay, moving on to tip number 6 is, guys, please go to classes on the first day.
Yes.
This is really important. This is really important.
Very important.
People tend to say, first day pa lang naman yan, first week pa lang naman yan, and that this goes on like this. First week, first day pa lang naman, it's just the first month, prelim pa lang, tapos wala na, bagsak ka na. Yun yung nagiging trend niyan eh. So guys, please go to class on the first day. Diyan nagbibigay yung mga bonus, yung mga proof.
I know what that feels like, bro.
Professors give free quizzes, free assignments, free everything. on the first day. Pwede na kayong umabsent or mag-cut sa second day, third day, just be there on the first.
We're not encouraging that though. Still, gago.
Number 7, don't study hard, study smart.
I agree.
I cannot stress this out enough because firstly, I was a medtech student, and secondly, I was also a communication student where I graduated from. Let's say you're tired after a day of work or a day of school. Then sa gabi, kailangan mo mag-aral kasi kinabukasan, may exam ka. And alam mo yun, kahit tuyot na tuyot ka, pipilitin mo mag-aral. That's not study. I mean, yeah, props to you for studying hard and props to your work ethic. Maybe you can have a better alternative na magsistudy ka pagising mo sa umaga kapag fresh na utak mo, pag nakapagkape ka na.
Yeah.
Di ba? Like, don't study hard, study smart. Know your study habits. You have to develop your study habits. Give yourself time to get to know yourself a little para alam mo which time of the day studying works best for you. Malay mo, ang study habits mo, it's better na mag-study ka in between subjects pag sa mga breaks mo. Or baka mas concentrated ka pag nasa library ka. Ako yung tipong tao na hindi ko papaghirapan ng isang bagay, gagawa ako ng shortcut para ma-achieve ko yung isang bagay na yun.
Yeah, and with studying
Kasi
smart.
personally, I'm a lazy person. I'm a very lazy person. I mean, if you play smart for it, i-apply mo yung street smarts mo instead of school smarts, mas makukuha mo yung gusto mo more quickly. I assure that.
And also, you guys really need to know when you guys are the most efficient.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sobra.
Yeah, like it's really all a balance. It's really all
If
a
you're
balance.
efficient on coffee or efficient
Yeah,
on cigarettes,
exactly.
do it. What
You
makes
need to
you more
find
comfortable na ma-absorb mo lahat ng topics, lahat ng words.
Whatever floats your boat,
Yeah,
guys.
definitely.
Tip number 8, we have always have an outlet for stress. I got a lot of outlets, to be honest. I got my games, I got my friends / family, my immediate family, I got my girlfriend. So you need to have all these relationships din kasi super nakaka-recharge eh, di ba? Lalo na pag sobrang burned out ka na from all the exams, thesis, pag 4th year ka na, you're really gonna want to look for these people in your life. Alam niyo yun? And from time to time, yun, treat mo rin sarili mo when you know that, alam mo yun, you really worked hard, alam mo sa sarili mo. As in, like, hindi yung nagkukunwari ka lang, yung legit na alam mo. Reward yourself. It's never bad to like rest or treat yourself to whatever you desire, diba? Kasi in the end, if let's be honest, as people, we also want to get rewarded for our hard work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what's gonna keep you motivated, guys. So wag kayo matakot.
Yeah, sometimes you really need to cut yourself some slack.
Going on to tip number 9, which is manage your relationships. Learn how to balance your relationships not only with your significant other but with your friends and family as well. Kasi wala, if we had this friend, diba? He burned bridges and it becomes tough on you, eh.
Yeah.
Once you're left alone, so it's not gonna help you anymore in your college life.
True.
Kasi sobrang like you're lonely, stressed ka pa.
Ako personally, I've had experiences where sobrang stressed ako sa school tapos ibubuhos ko siya sa family ko or sa significant other ko. This is very, ang toxic na ganito. Na kapag you're taking out all that stress on other people and they don't deserve it. And you know, minsan hindi mo alam na ginagawa mo na pala pero kailangan maging extra aware ka.
Careful.
Yes. Especially if you're really working hard for your grades. For those who are working hard on your grades, I understand what you're going through. Because it's hard talaga.
It really is.
A lot of things will be affected. You have to sacrifice a lot of things, even the pleasures of life.
Yeah.
Even if it sacrifices your time out of the PS4 or on your PC or playing basketball with your friends. Ganun talaga.
So for the last and final tip, the 10th tip to survive college is always bring your essentials. What do I mean by essentials? This is going to be your umbrellas, your tumblers, notebooks, ball pens, lighters, cigarettes, whatever. You always have to bring these items because you know, you don't know when it's going to be a rainy day. Lalo na sa tips ko for people entering UST or the Manila, Menjola, Moraita area, you guys need to have boots.
Oh my gosh, you
Yes,
guys.
if you can.
Yes, I remember walking through that flood, bro.
Yeah,
It
in
was
Manila,
tough.
in general,
Shit.
magdala kayo ng boots pag umuulan. Yeah.
Hindi,
Bota-
pero props na ayos na nila yun. Hindi na masyado buwabas.
Well, in my time, it was a bitch. When I was in USC, flooding was a bitch. Yeah, like,
Yeah, even when I was in FEU, the floods stopped you from going home.
yeah. Like,
I still experienced that in my
Bro,
freshman year.
yeah,
bro,
definitely.
nilakad ko,
Yeah.
bro, USD hanggang welcome nakapaa, tas umuulan, bro.
You could have stepped on a fucking nail for crying out loud.
Yeah, grabe. Bro, ilang beses na may parang manhole na nalusot yung paa ko, bro, umabot hanggang sa hita ako yung butas. Kasi syempre it was flooded, so I didn't know there was a manhole.
Yeah.
So guys, always bring your essentials, and
Very
it really
important.
varies on what you need as a college student.
Yeah.
So those were the 10 tips in surviving college. I hope you guys like this
Oh my God,
episode.
we made it. We did it.
Yes.
That was tiring. I'm
And
kidding,
it's
guys.
super hot.
Yeah, actually, yeah, be honest, we still don't have the fucking AC here.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. We've been your host,
TL, as always,
Daddy Javi,
And Jack.
and this is the
Solidios. Roll the outro music.